Hey everyone. Wanted to take a few minutes in this video to explain to you how attendance and weekly deadlines function for an online class. So if this is your first online class, you definitely want to watch this video and pay attention to the written material that's provided underneath. If you've taken some online classes already, then you might already know all of this. You might not need to watch this video, but you probably do still want to pay attention to the chart that's listed at the bottom underneath all the written information. That chart shows you the actual dates for each week of the course. So the date, that Monday that each week starts, it tells you that specific date and the specific date for the day each week closes. So that can come in handy. But for anyone who is still unsure of exactly how attendance works, then you want to keep watching this video. So, this is a 40-hour course. That would be spread out over 10 weeks. We would do 4 hours each week. If we were taking this on campus, those 4 hours would be in the classroom. You know how attendance works when you are taking a class on campus. Your class is designated to meet on a certain day for a certain amount of time. You show up, you get marked present. You don't show up, you get marked absent. It's pretty easy. But how does that work when it's an online class? Because you have the whole week to go in and go over the material and complete the assignments for that week. You do it at your convenience when it works best for you. So how do we keep track of attendance? Because we still have to. Well, first thing is that each week begins on Monday and ends the following Sunday. During that 7-day window, you need to submit at least one graded item in order to be counted present for that week. Going through the PowerPoints and handouts and watching my videos, that does not count. You have to submit a graded item. There's two ways that we as instructors try to help you remember to accomplish this every week. The first is that for every week, when you go to my homework assignments for that week, the first item will be a weekly attendance quiz. I explain this in more depth in the video above, how to find your way around, above this subtab, but I'll explain it here real quickly as well. It is a one-question quiz, true or false. Super easy question. It doesn't even get counted towards your grade. You simply go in, answer that question, and submit that quiz. It is one item that we're hoping every student accomplishes each week. Even if you don't do the other homework assignments, you have to do them late. If you can at least get that attendance quiz completed in that 7-day window, you're going to get marked present. The incentive for making sure that you remember to complete the attendance quiz each week is that you will not have access to any of the other homework assignments that week until you've submitted the attendance quiz. Once you submit the attendance quiz, then you can go in and look at all the other assignments for that week. Because even if you know you're not going to be able to complete them all, you're still probably going to want to see what they are. So complete the attendance quiz accomplishes two things. It helps trigger your attendance for that week, and it gives you access to all the other homework assignments for that week. The second way that we try to help you remember to trigger your attendance is with our weekly discussions. We ask that you post your first response by Thursday night at 11:59 p.m. And then you'll respond to 2 classmates before the discussion closes on Sunday night. But by setting that due date for the first post at Thursday night, we're trying to make sure that, again, all students at least submit that one graded item to trigger their attendance. So hopefully between those two things, the attendance quiz and the discussion post, you will remember to trigger your attendance every week. So again, the PowerPoints, handouts, video lessons, none of that counts. It has to be a graded item. It will most likely be the attendance quiz, and then, at that point you can work on all the other assignments when it works best for you in your schedule. I accept late work, so even if there's a week where you are particularly busy and you're not really going to be able to complete the work for my class on time, do the attendance quiz. Get your attendance credit for that week. You can submit the other graded items later if need be. But your grade, your homework assignments and your grade are separate from your attendance. So trigger your attendance for sure to make sure you get counted present each week. Do your best to complete the other homework assignments on time, but even if you can't, you can submit those later if needed. Okay? If something happens and you are unable to submit anything, not even the attendance quiz, you have a really bad week, really busy week, you're sick, your kids are sick, whatever, you go on vacation, whatever the case may be. If there's ever a week where from Monday to Sunday you cannot submit the attendance quiz or any other graded item, you're going to get marked absent. But still come back and do the work for that week, even if it's late. Be just like if you missed class on campus. Yeah, you missed class, you got counted absent, but the next time you see your professor, or maybe you contacted your instructor, during the week after your absence, and you talked to them and they told you what you needed to go over, the material you needed to cover, and gave you access to assignments, you would still do those, even though you missed class that week. Same thing here. Even if you get marked absent for a week because you didn't submit a graded item, still do that homework. Go through the material and don't just skip it, right? The only week that functions differently is week 10. Week 10 is the final week of the course, and it is a short week. So instead of going from Monday to Sunday, it only goes from Monday to Thursday. I will send out plenty of reminders about this as the quarter or as the term comes to an end. But that final week, you only have from Monday to Thursday to trigger your week 10 attendance and complete any items that you still need to submit. Once 11:59 comes around that Thursday of week 10, the course closes. You are not able to submit anything else. I'm not allowed to accept anything else. The course is finished. And as a matter of fact, final grades get turned in the following afternoon, Friday afternoon. So just keep that in mind. Week 10 is a little different, but again, I will send out plenty of notices and reminders as we get into like week 9 and the beginning of week 10. Otherwise, weeks 1 through 9, the weeks run from Monday to Sunday. During that 7-day window, you need to submit a graded item to be counted present for that week. We've set up the weekly attendance quiz to help you accomplish this, as well as the due date for your first post on that weekly discussion. But if you're staying at least somewhat on top of all the assignments each week, you're not going to have a problem. But if you're ever wondering if you've triggered your attendance any particular week, or you're having trouble remembering the details, please feel free to reach out to me, and I will answer any questions you have and try to help as much as possible. But for the most part, I think students start to get the hang of it after the first week or two. So if you need me for anything, reach out. Otherwise, you are free to move on to the next item.